SPNation Season 2. I'm your host, Arlo De Jesus, and joining me tonight are two big names in the sports world, the Banal brothers. First, we have El Banal, a former professional basketball player and a sports caster. Hi, good evening, El. Happy Monday. How are you?
Happy Monday. Exciting to be here again, mga ka-SPNation. Great to see you. Comment down below if you have anything against or with, or gusto nyo lang makipagkwentuhan tonight. Feel free to comment down below.
And of course, we have Juan Banal, a sportscaster as well. Good evening, Juan. How are you?
Good evening, Arlo. Good evening, Al. Upset weekend. I would like to call that as the defending champions and also the undefeated CSBs actually has a loss. Has a loss on their record. So it's an exciting topic to talk about what happened over the weekend and the things that are going to happen this week.
So tonight we have three hot takes. First hot take, Jaworski magic. Ooh. Second hot take, is it fair to have Australia and New Zealand in the FIBA Asia Cup? And for our last hot take, ito mainit-init, college basketball update. Okay, let's start.
Go ahead.
Let's start. For our first hot take, the legendary Robert Sonny Jaworski Jr. will receive the Lifetime Achievement Award from the PBA Press Corps.
Yep.
So what can you say about that one?
Well, it's long overdue. I think if there's any one singular person that you can associate to the PBA, I think that would be the legendary Big J. Who by the way was adopted, kaya yun yung nickname niya na Big J kasi ang pattern nun si Big O, si Oscar Robertson, yung style of play niya before. So medyo madami siguro mga nanonood ngayon, hindi ko alam kung sino yung kind of audience na nanonood sa show natin tonight, pero comment kung comment #7 siguro para giving tribute to Sonny Jaworski, the Big J, for his contribution sa ating ine-enjoy at minamahal na PBA. Because of him, I think he has really literally not just put PBA on the maps in the Philippines but in Asia and I think globally. Sabi ko, I was talking off air, pag tayo sinisigaw, pag tumitira ka ng crumpled paper at sinushoot mo sa basaran, sisigaw mo Kobe. Yun ang international version nun. Or MJ siguro pagka mag-yo-yo-yo-yo ka. Pero sa Pilipinas, ang sinasabi ng tao, Jawo, yun ang association. If you're thinking of a singular person in Philippine basketball, he's the top of mind. And I think the contribution that he has, just the never say die, NSD na hanggang ngayon. Diba? Parang ang full house talaga ng PBA, kahit anong gawin mo. Hinebra game talaga eh. Kahit anong sabihin mo, sila pa rin ang nag-a-attract. Grabe yung cult following ng Hinebra and that has a lot to do with the charisma of Sonny Jaworski.
How about you, Ed?
Ako, if I'd be lying to you guys and say, ang galing ni Jawo, nakita ko hindi ko, sa mga kabataan na nanonood dyan, hindi ko pa nakita maglaro si Jawo. Hindi ko siya naabutan. And yet, anyone will tell you, a PBA fan, Hinebra fan, or whoever fan will tell you, he is a legacy hero. He is a generational hero na it's still echoing to this day sa youth pa rin. And ako, hindi ko nga siya naabutan, yet alam ko yung prominence ng isang Jaworski. And if you talk to people, talk to yung mga elders, yung mga naabutan siya, yung mga pamilya, yung mga apo, yung mga anak,
pag sinabi mo elders, kasama mo dyan si Maki. Kasi si Maki, maganda yung kwento niya. Ikwento natin on air yan. Pero pag sinabi mo elders, si Boss Maki ba kasama dyan sa...
Rumirespeto lang po tayo ng mga ating mga elders. Mga elders.
Si Maki, ganda ng kwento niya kanina eh. Pero...
Yeah, so kung sino man, anyone will tell you how, and for me, the way they tell the stories, I likened him to Jerry West, Michael Jordan, and LeBron James all in one person. Jerry West in terms of the legendary, pag sinabi mong logo sa NBA, di ba? Parang alam mo na kagad, associated na ang history ng PBA goes with Jaworski. And Michael Jordan, because of he's not just sikat, di ba? He's very competitive. He won 1978 MVP. Playing coach nung nagsimula pa Gilbey's Gin, yung Hinebra ngayon, di ba? 4 championships. He's super ultra competitive like Michael Jordan, but he also has that charisma, like a LeBron James, that will embody just a different effect towards the community and even the nation. It's out, whatever he has done, he has accomplished. It's outside the four lines of the basketball, and that's why this is a long time coming and well-deserved ng Lifetime Achievement Award.
And then ano kasi maganda sa kanya is, ako naman, kung si Ael hindi niya naabutan, ako naabutan ko pa sa batang 90s kasi ako eh. Pero yun yung panahon na may Alaska Milkmen pa. And I didn't like them. I didn't like Ginebra. So lagi yan, napipikon ako eh. Kasi ang dad namin nag-coach sa Alaska, assistant coach siya kay Coach Tim Cone during the Grand Slam years noong 90s. And pag Ginebra yung kalaban mo yung buong stadium. As in, pag the moment na nag-build ng momentum, makascore yung Ginebra, buong stadium. And kung ikaw yung Alaska noon, panahon na yun, manliliit ka eh. Kahit na, alam mo yun, talented ka, may Johnny Abarientos ka, Hawkins, you hated going up against Ginebra. And that has a lot to do with the legacy that iniwan ni Joe. Paano? Sobrang charismatic. Ako nga, I like yung topic natin na Jaworski Magic. Kasi I would liken him to a Magic Johnson. Yung smiling face, sobrang, parang okay ka makipagkwentuhan, walang ka-ere-ere sa katawan. At pagkausap mo, di ba, syempre, medyo tisoy si Big J, di ba? So, medyo may intimidate ka eh. Di ba? Pero, magugulat ka, katulad nga ng kwento ng boss namin dito is, nagpa-signature siya at talagang hinintay siya. Ang daming tao who initially hate kasi medyo syempre kilala ang Ginebra na medyo physical, di ba? Madumi maglaro, ganyan ang Ginebra, di ba? Pero siya yung tipong tao na siya yung tipong player na babalikan at babalikan niya yung fans. Hindi niya iwanan, pipirmahan niya daw. Pati pangalan mo, hihingi niya, isusulat niya doon. Hindi lang signature na parang snobbish na, oh yan ay signature ko. Hindi. Tatanungin niya yung pangalan mo, susulat niya doon, siguro may dedication pa, and then magpipirma siya. And he took the time to do that. And now, I would like to say, players playing in Ginebra are benefiting from what he invested, di ba? Siya yung tumaga sa fans na hopefully matuloy nga ng mga current Ginebra fans na you have to understand kung ano ang pundasyon na binild ng isang Robert Jaworski para lang maging cult following yung Ginebra. Di ba yung madami dyan teams, meron tayo, San Miguel Beermen, Dynasty si June, grabe Junmar, how many MVPs has he won and yet he has not yet reached yung level ng impact ng isang Sonny Jaworski. And so it has a lot to do with investing time sa fans. And so we appreciate players who actually do that. And Sonny Jaworski, siya yung nag-set nun. So ako, para sa mga nanonood ng show namin ngayon, please lang, mamaya may portion tayo na babasahin natin yung mga comments nyo. Kung meron kayong memorable Sonny Jaworski na story, paki-comment lang kasi gusto namin basahin yan. Please share that Sonny Jaworski magic moment with you, and we would love to honor him by honoring the fans who actually have a lot of stories. Sa sobrang impactful ni Sonny Jaworski, isipin mo, on a national level, nanalo ng Senado to. At ganun kalakas yung impact niya. And people really believed in what he can do. And so, it would be very difficult to replace somebody in him, and someone like him. And it's about time that we acknowledge somebody who has really associated PBA with the fans, and that's Sonny Jaworski.
Yes, and to add one, kanina sinabi mo, he remains the all-time record for most assists.
Yes.
Until now, wala pa rin makapantay nun.
Yeah.
So, grabe.
Shout out kay Coach Sandy Arespacochaga kasi siya yung kilala ko talagang sobrang fan. As in, talagang pag ensayo, pag practice, pag tumitiran, Jawo ang ano niya, gusto niya number 7 dahil kay Jawo. Si Coach Sandy, siya talaga vividly for me. Ano talaga niya yan? Idol niya yan si Jawo sa Big J.
And echoing back to what you said, no, like we've had generational talents like Junmar Fajardo, who we can consider as GOAT, greatest of all time so far as of the moment, diba? With so many championships and MVPs. And then meron tayong James Yap, na talaga yung Magnolia, San Mig Coffee era niya ng maraming championships, diba? And then, obviously, meron tayong Helter Brand Kagiwa Ginebra days. And then, currently ngayon, sina Scotty, diba? All of these players are still benefiting from the Jawo era. Wala pa rin tatalo dun sa ginawa ni Jawo. And I don't think it's a competition. I think it's just paying homage and honor to the great Big J.
Yes, and now let's move on to our second hot take. Is it fair to have Australia and New Zealand in the FIBA Asia Cup?
You wanna start? I have my own thoughts about this. Pero
Okay.
ikaw.
Is it fair to
Matagal ko nang nirereklamo to, pero I have come to the understanding na, teka lang, baka nga. But sige.
Okay, is
ikaw.
it fair to have Australia and New Zealand in the FIBA Asia Cup? So, a little history. I think prior to 2017, I think, hiwalay si Asia, which is lahat ng Asian countries, and si Oceania when it comes to competing sa FIBA. And then magka-qualify sa World Cup or sa Olympics. And magkahiwalay, ang kasama sa Oceania nun si Australia, New Zealand, Fiji, Guam, Papua New Guinea yata. But ang ano talaga is Australia at New Zealand lang talaga yung naglalaban doon kasi sila yung competitive. And you know sa Asia before, I'm sure you guys know, lahat ng Asian countries. So 2017, kinumbine nila ang Asia and Oceania into the FIBA Asia Cup. And ang nangyari dito is dahil hindi masyadong competitive yung Asian market, kinumbine nila sa Australia sa New Zealand para pag nag-qualify sa world level, world stage, mas competitive yung kung sino yung papasok, mas deserving kung sino yung papasok at makikipaglaban sa Europe tsaka sa America.
Yeah.
So, is it fair to have Australia and New Zealand in the FIBA Asia Cup? Ako, no. It's not fair. Because we call it the FIBA Asia Cup. And it's an Asian tournament technically na sinama natin siya. Gets ko yung all other levels of being marketable, competitive, and who's deserving to play in the global stage. But for me, if that's the case, then palitan na lang nila yung pangalan na Asia Oceania. So, yun lang yung sa akin, na hindi fair to call it Asia Cup, pero lalaban doon mga hindi taga-Asia. May mga ibang countries na lalaban doon na hindi taga-Asia. Then let's change it, like Asia Oceania Cup. Like, I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem with that. Yeah.
How about you, Juan?
Well, if it's just names, then fine, I'll concede. Kasi pangalan lang naman yung iibahin. Pero I think what's more important is yung maintindihan natin na nung una kasi hindi ako pabor. Kasi syempre ako, yung anak ko naglaro para sa national team sa 16 and 17 under. And nung 16 under, naglaro sila sa FIBA Asia. And ang top two teams na nag-compete sa finals is Australia and New Zealand. Tapos ang naglaban sa battle for third is China and Philippines, right? Pero nung lumaban yung China against these two countries, tambak sila. And yung laban ng Australia at New Zealand, sobrang dikit na pwedeng manalo dapat yung New Zealand. Nag-turnover lang sila, nagkaroon ng crucial fast break, nanalo yung Australia. Ganun kadikit. Ganun na ka-placing. In other words, talent for talent, Australia and New Zealand, very similar. Ganun doon na rin sila. And siguro, in our other episodes, pinag-usapan natin, physiologically pa lang, lamang na sila. Diba? They're Caucasians, big bone sila, may height kagad sila. Iba na kagad pag kinumpara mo sa regular Asian. Diba? And medyo diverse nga naman talaga yung lahi ng mga Asiano. Diba? Pag tinignan mo yung Chinese, tinignan mo may Middle Eastern ka, meron kang Southeast Asian na Asian. Diba? Medyo diverse eh. Pero pag tinapat mo kasi, kahit na ba napakatangkad ng China, kahit yung India merong 7-footer, parang hindi kasi dumidikit dun sa quality at level ng mga nasa Australia and New Zealand. And so, pag sinabak mo yung lehitimong Asianong bansa, di ba, sa World Cup, kadalasan tinatambakan, di ba? Nawawala yung quality, nawa-water down yung quality. So, to keep the excitement na kahit paano from our part of the world, meron pa rin, di ba? I think pinasok dun yung Australia tsaka kasi usually dati isa lang pumapasok sa Oceania, di ba? So, it's either Australia and New Zealand. Pero the reality is, parang pag kinumpare mo kasi, sige, damihan natin yung pumasok ng Asia, pero hindi naman sobrang high level yung pumapasok sa World Cup. Or, damihan na lang natin, sayang kasi, yung quality nandun sa Oceania, yung dalawang quality na sa Oceania, mamimili ka pa ng isa lang ang pwede pumasok. So, naiintindihan ko yung logic na, sige, dalawa na lang silang ipasok, damihan na lang natin yung representative. So, ngayon, 4 na usually yung pumapasok. So, but the truth of the matter is, and ito lang yung totoo. Diba? Na medyo malayo-layo pa talaga yung talent natin. Malayo pa tayo physically to compete with, the world. Diba? In Asia, siguro, China na yung pinaka physiologically, diba? Yung height nila. Pero kahit sila tinatambakan eh. Diba? So, ganun pa rin kalayo. And it has a lot of, baka nga, basketball's not for Asians. I don't know, di ba? Parang mga ibang sport, that's another topic, it's another hot take. Pero, I get the logic, why they had to include Australia and New Zealand, because you're missing out on another top quality competitor in exchange for lower quality competitors in Asia. Hanggang hindi siguro magkakaroon ng realization yan pag na-saturate din yung Asia. Di ba? Pag sobrang dami na rin na pumapasok at sobrang taas ng competition level sa Asia, doon nila mapapaisip na, kailangan natin basagin ulit, di ba? Pero hanggang hindi nangyayari yun at nakakakuha pa rin sila ng quality teams from Australia and New Zealand, I think talaga dapat medyo para well-represented at quality yung mga lumalaban sa world. Kasi ang hirap di ba? When you talk about World Cup or Asia Cup, you're talking about the best of the best, technically speaking. And then pagka ang lumaban sa finals, tambakan, di ba ang pangit tignan di ba? Parang water down yung quality So, I get the logic and I think it gives now Asian countries a target. Na, okay, then Australia and New Zealand will be the countries to beat. Hanggang hindi natin yan, wag muna tayo mangarap mag-World Cup. Diba? Hanggang hindi natin tinatalo yung Asia na yung dalawang yan muna ang next step, next phase for us. So I think I'm okay with the idea. But again, to concede with the name, yes, maybe we should just say Asia-Oceania Cup, diba? But technically, we need them because we need the kind of competition to level up the playing field for us.
And I agree. One of the positive things that happened is on a regular basis, nakakapag-compete tayo sa mga mas magaling at mas malalakas na countries like Australia and New Zealand. So in the long run, it's gonna be benefiting us. However, so far, doubling down on my point na we need to change the name. Kasi in the 5 tournaments na nangyari na Asia Cup, hindi pa siya nangyari sa Australia or sa New Zealand or sa any Oceania countries. Lahat talaga Asia. So, parang Asia Cup, tapos magsali tayo ng 2 guest team para lumakas, ganyan. And so for me, I get that. I get the basketball perspective, the basketball program perspective of that. And I agree with it. However, in a social and cultural level of what FIBA is trying to do in a worldwide stage, I think that it's, di ba, parang Australia nanalo ng Asia Cup. Parang hindi ko ma-gets yung logic na yun And so that's why we have no problem changing the name to Asia-Oceania. And we don't have any problem, kasi parang same region naman yun di ba? We don't have a problem in Australia or New Zealand hosting some of the events. But so far, now I really see it. It's medyo Asian dominant talaga. And sumasali yung iba, hindi na natin tawagin. So I think I would propose for it to be, Asia-Oceania na lang moving forward. Yeah.
I won't contest that because obviously, Australia on its own is its own continent.
Yeah.
Diba? So parang pag sinabi mo, teka lang, 2 kontinente yan, di ba? Pero gets ko naman yun sa pangalan. Pero maybe that's just technicality, but we really need, kasi ako, dati naman kasi, nung last year, nung nasa Asia Cup kami, nung nanood ako sa 1600 sa 1700, nagre-reklamo talaga ako. Kasi sabi ko, daya naman ba't nandito tong dalawang to? Bigay mo na yung trophy ngayon pa lang. Ang lakas kasi, di ba?
Unfair, no?
Yun. So parang nakakawalang gana mag-compete.
Yes.
Kasi nga, pero then again, ngayon, I realized na, well, that's our fault. Di ba? Then we have to level up. And I don't know how that's gonna go, but we have to level up also.
And now let's move on to our last hot take. College basketball update. For the NCAA, the Letter Knights defeated the defending champs, Benil Blazers. So ano masasabi niyo doon? Grabe. First, talo yun ng Benil Blazers.
Actually, dalawa yung upset ng weekend. Kaya ako sinabi upset weekend. Because meron tayong the defending champions, De La Salle Green Archers, natalo sa UE Red Warriors. Tapos sa NCAA naman, natalo yung spotless na CSB. And natalo sila sa Letran. Noong una, nagsistruggle yung Letran pero biglang lumabas and they peaked at the right time, I would say. Nagtataka kami ni Ael na parang paano nanalo tong Letran? Ang ganda ng nilalaro ng CSB. until shots started falling, di ba? And then, sa lingwahe nga ng basketball, buenas.
Yeah.
Di ba? Para magtatlong sunod-sunod ka na 3 points, kahit nag-foul out pa yung isang best player mo sa Letran, nanalo ka pa rin. Talaga namang pabor talaga yung laro sa'yo. And I think, Letran deserved it. Coach Allen was quoted saying na, they showed courage. If there's anything that they can boast about, at pwede nilang pagmalaki sa Letran is yung lumaban talaga sila at matatapang talaga sila. Yung pinakita nila, I mean, obviously, favored naman talaga yung CSB. Ang ganda talaga si Inot. Ang ganda ng nilaro talaga. Di ba? Ang ganda ng mga dinesign na play ni Coach Charles, the way the team is running, and then na blindside sila. And I think, ang best, for me, what will capture that game is yung resiliency. Di ba? Yung hindi nag-give up yung Letran. And I think, that's what Coach Allen can do to a team. 'Di ba? Yung yung talagang yung grit ni Coach Allen kasi it starts with defense, 'di ba? And eventually it becomes a mentality, 'di ba? Na hanggang dulo lalaroin namin hanggang dulo. And yun na nga. Pumasok yung mga tira, sumabay yung grit doon sa buenas ng pagpasok ng tira. And so I think just the elation, yung tuwan-tuwa yung Letran, pagka ng buzzer, kala mo nag-champion di ba? Parang buti na lang nakaraos tayo at tapos na yung laban na yun. Because hindi nag-give up yung CSB. And yet, lumaban pa rin at they went toe-to-toe till the end itong Letran.
The unsung, well, not unsung, I think everyone will be able to say that the hero of the game was Deo Quahao, who made 3 straight 3-pointers in the third, fourth quarter, no? And what I really liked about Letran was coming out the gates, they were not scared. They knew that Benilde was a team to beat. They knew they had a tough year last year. However, they didn't play like it in the first quarter. And they ran through CSB in the first quarter. Kaso, yung CSB lumabas yung experience nila with Coach Charles, and who is a great coach, no? Nagkaroon sila ng 9-2 run at led by none other than Tony Inot, and pinakita lang talaga ng CSB yung dominance nila from second to third quarter. However, ito nga yung sinasabi kong hero natin, si Deo Quahao. Nag-start siya ng run, obviously with Jimboy Estrada, and akala ko tapos na yung game. Akala ko, okay, CSB, pinakita na nila, medyo sinindak na ulit nila yung Letran. However, nagtatlong sunod-sunod si Deo Quahao, and nabuhayan na naman yung Letran, and they finished the game with so much poise and composure. Kahit na-foul out si Jimboy Estrada, and they made a lot of great plays in the end, even to the very end. And I would consider this game really an upset na araw din talaga nila. Kasi may wide open shot pa rin si CSB in the end. Hindi lang na-convert. It was a great play drawn up by Coach Charles, but and leading into the DLSU-UE matchup, I'd say what we can learn from this weekend is even the juggernauts are vulnerable. Yeah. They are vulnerable. They are not sure in. Alam natin, we've been talking about the success of UST. Nag 3-0 sila, and they're edging into the Final Four picture kasi sinasabi natin in UAAP, UP, LaSalle, Ateneo, and NU ang Final Four, di ba? And then ngayon si UST nagpapakilala.
Oy, dark horse ko yung UST.
UST nagpapakilala.
Dark horse ko yan.
Di ba? In the past games. Ngayon si UE naman, hindi lang yung 3 and 4 ang na-shaken ngayon. Pati yung top dog at natalo ngayon sa UE. So, hindi lang nagpakilala UE, pero na-realize din natin, oops, teka lang, hindi perfect ang Lasal. Meron, defending champion sila, meron silang KQ. However, they need to clean things up as well. Hindi sila unbeatable. And I think it's good for them for this to happen earlier in the season, so they can clean things up heading into the Final Four. But yeah, the juggernauts are vulnerable in college basketball.
And I think when you're put in a position kasi that you're winning straight, and I have to say, lalo na now moving on to UAP, the DLSU Green Archers coming into this tournament, they were heavily favored. Even if UP was touted probably ranked number 1, but defending champs pa rin, di ba? The way they played against PBA teams. So, alam na natin na parang papasok dito, ang taas na ng kumpiyansa. You have KQ also coming from Gilas, di ba? Alam mo na yung main game. From him not leaving and staying, everything was set up for DLSU to really, try to sweep this entire season, di ba? And so, ang taas ng kumpiyansa. Yung KQ, may mga panahon na ang sama na ng shooting percentage, biglang bam, sunod-sunod, makakatira ng 3 points, is gonna make the right plays at the end game. Ito kasi dito sa game nila against UE, again, we don't know what happens behind closed doors. So hindi natin alam kung ano talaga nangyari. Pero just by judging it and watching the game, sobrang sama ng start ng Lasal.
Yeah.
Like, ang daming turnovers nila na parang, anong ginagawa nyo? Parang, and I felt like sobrang nagkumpiyansa. And UE, waiting there in the shadows, nagkakamali yung Lasal, pagsasamantalahan namin yan, di ba? So they did, and they created that huge gap, di ba? Ang layo ng lamang kagad nila ng UE, ang ganda nila, puro fast break eh. Paano? Puro turnover, pasa, the drive, kick out, sama ng pasa. Anticipated. Until Lasal kinda like, wait lang, may mali.
May mali.
Di ba? Nagising sila, pumalag yung Lasal.
Pero
Umabol. But,
sa interview ni Coach Topek, sabi niya na sobrang nag-relax kami. So kayo nangyari, wake-up call daw talaga sa kanila.
well,
So,
generally
grabe.
for the entire game. Kasi na-realize ng Lasal ngayon na hindi pala kakayanin ng pure talent natin at experience. Na pag magpabadehado ka at mag-slow start ka, kakayanin natin sa dulo. Kasi nangyari na yan sa ibang games sila eh. Na okay lang, bad start sila, pero they finish strong eh. Ito, nag-bounce back sila, tinambakan sila ng UE nung umpisa, slow start talaga, bounce back yung Lasal, lumaban sila, but then UE got their bearing, natauhan din yung UE, lumaban din. And nag-peak sila at the right time, so they were able to hold on. Kasi, pwede mo rin sabihin kasi buhay na si UE, ang hihirap din ng tira nila eh. Tapos ang taas din ng shooting percentage nila sa labas, di ba? So parang 12 3-pointers yata sila. So, alam mong mainit din sila, di ba? So kumbaga, UE also played the right way. They were able to, kasi parang they were able to fend off yung Lasal. Right? So both ways, again, UE will have to be respected. That if you give them an inch or you give them a foot inside the door, they can go all the way and fight back and hold off whoever's trying to come back, right? But at the same time, it's a wake-up call also for Lasal na, wait lang, hindi pala kakayanin ng pure talent and pure experience to win a ball game, di ba? Na if you don't play good quality basketball 40 minutes, madadali ka sa huli. Di ba? Mabibitin ka rin pala kahit na napakalakas mo. Kahit na ang ganda ng laro ni Marasigan, ang ganda ng laro ni KK, nag-miss lang siya ng free throws. Pero generally, Phillips also played well. Sipo yung mga tapik niya, dunks niya and all that. Generally, they were able to fight back. But then UE said, we're also able to fight back and arrest that run. And they were able to maintain very slim lead. But again, doesn't matter if you win by 1 or 10 or 20. A win is a win. And UE pulled off that win. And so Coach Topek said, hats off to UE. We're not taking anything away from them because we fought back. And yet they were able to hold us off. And so again, UE, kudos to you. UAAP, NCAA, very exciting college basketball para sa mga tao.
Exciting.
Fun. Kasi may PBA pa tayo na magka-quarterfinals, di ba?
Wild. And now let's move on to our comments sa ating mga viewers. For our first comment, thank you Power Mac. Personal experience ng bata ako, uubusin niya lahat ng nagpapapirma at nagpapapicture. 90s yan, kaya hanggang ngayon mahal ko ang barangay Ginebra.
So ito si,
NSC.
si The Big J yan.
And I should mention guys, nasa social media generation tayo ngayon. Kumbaga, meron access yung mga fans ngayon to be up close and personal with fans. Yet, si Jawo pa rin yung charisma niya and the way he entertained all fans back in the day still resounds and is beating the clout, diba? The clout of social media today.
Kumbaga yung automation or yung pinadali ng social media to reach out to fans. Kinayod at minano-mano ni Big J yun, di ba? And nakita mo naman yung lasting impact sa fans. Imagine mo na lang kung may social media sa panahon ni Big J.
Yun nga, grabe.
Di ba? Siguro amplified times 100 pa yung kasikatan niya ngayon, di ba?
Sino ba most followed ngayon? Vice ganda pa din ba sa Instagram? I would say it would probably be Jawo. If ngayon
Yeah.
ngayon na most
And I
followed
wouldn't
sa
be surprised kung re-replyan niya lahat ng tao na nagdi-DM sa kanya. Di ba? Ganun yung Jawo at ganun yung ano. It's sad that we didn't get to experience it in this time and age, but he really set the tone. And yung pa Hinebra nyo dyan, kung nagbabandwagon kayo na minana nyo lang yung Hinebra, siya ang rason kung bakit yung tatay nyo at yung lolo nyo mahal na mahal ang Ginebra.
Grabe. And now let's move on to our second comment. Again, maraming salamat Power Mac for your comments. May game yan. Dinala siya sa hospital second quarter. Start ng fourth, nakabalik pa, tapos game winner. Yan ang simula ng NSD. Never say bye.
Yung locker room ni Paul Pierce na wheelchair, walang kwenta yan pag dito sa, di ba? Kaya ako feeling ko nga si Kobe, di ba? Ganon din naman yung iba yung Kobe Bryant, di ba? Na we mention his name pag tumitira tayo. Pero yung Jawo talaga, as in lumaki ako na ang mga tao, naiinis ako kasi nasa Alaska ako eh. 'Di ba? Team Alaska ako, pero talagang parang kalaban mo yung buong mundo pagka Ginebra ang katapat ng kahit sino pang kupunan.
And for our next comment, third comment, absent ata mga taga-FIBA, dun tinuro yung geography, paano naging Asian ang Australia at New Zealand.
I think, to be honest, what they're... Thank you, no, Titi of Manila. Thank you. But I think they were... parang ang ginagawa nila, parang based on sa location. Sa Asia gagawin, kaya Asia Cup. Tapos pupunta doon si Oceania. Ganun yata yung storyline na ginagawa nila. Hindi lang ako agree doon kasi kung Asia gagawin at Asia Cup, dapat mga Asian countries lang gagawin. Kung hindi pwede yung gawin Asia Cup.
Pero agree ako, dapat nga, para lang ma-put to rest na tong debate na to, is palitan talaga yung pangalan. Yun lang naman, di ba? Medyo, or maybe Australia or New Zealand should host it, di ba? And, kasi hindi pa nga talaga nangyayari yun. Usually Middle East nangyayari yung mga laro. But I agree, kailangan palitan yung pangalan para lang ma-legalize, di ba? Ano ba naman palitan na lang natin yung pangalan, di ba? Para panindigan na natin na dinagdag natin yung Australia and New Zealand.
And for our next comment, fourth comment, again, thank you, Titi of Manila. Paano naging Asian yung Aussies and Kiwis? How can we tell them Asian champs not being a racist hindi po sila mukhang Asian?
Yes.
True naman. Yun nga, again, it goes back to the name. I think yun yung technicality, di ba? Asia, Oceania dapat siguro ang best. Na alam ko kasi paminsan yun ang sinasabi. Hindi lang siguro from a marketing standpoint or social media handle, hindi kasi maganda yung FIBA Asia and Oceania, di ba? Pero kasi nakikita ko like yung mga master list ng mga ano dun sa tournament na nandun kami, nakasulat naman may Oceania eh. So, I think hindi lang pa nila na babrand ng maayos at naiisipan ng parang moniker or parang acronym yan para maganda lang pakinggan kasi ang haba. FIBA, Asia, and Oceania. Di ba? Pangit eh, di ba? So.
And for our last comment, thank you, Maki Ramoy Makabagdal, for that comment. Dati bonus round namin sa Letran pag CSB kalaban. Ilista mo na yung panalo. Ngayon may winning culture na sila dahil kay Coach Charles. Pero sila kayo last game.
Hindi, grabe. Yung how, obviously, may nung timing na Sunday Salvation, di ba? Diyan pumutok din yung CSB. Pero after that, nagkaroon na naman sila ng slump. And, you know, they're just there under the radar. But to have the coaching staff, Coach TY, Coach Raiko, Coach Charles, and the rest of the coaching staff of CSB, at some point, I saw their training and sabi ko, grabe yung collaboration and they really changed the culture over there and they really have a good program. And so, nagbe-benefit lang naman yung nakikita natin na ngayon na standing ng CSB. Ako, start of the season, sinabi ko, I called it top 2 teams ang CSB with the way they're running things. And so, but again, yung Letran, Coach Allen Ricardo is also a different breed. Ang Arriba Letranista ay hindi rin basta-basta mawawala. Iba rin ang laban doon. So, yung, I guess, it was a good game to really watch. And it could have been anybody's ball game. Again, katulad nga na sinabi ni Ael, hindi porket nasa tuktok ka, mapapanindigan mo yan kung hindi ka nag-iingat.
And malungkot ang mga Letranista last year, buong taon. Pero this weekend, ay masaya ang mga Letranista. And who knows, this could be a turning point for them. This could be a much needed win for them to hopefully gain momentum and really get that Final Four and probably, better things for this season.
Shout out kay Coach Willie din kasi alam ko yan, malungkot yan tuwing na natatalo yung Letran di ba? But yeah, the win and it's a good win by the way.
And now let's move on to our brief recap sa lahat na napag-usapan natin ngayon. For our first hot take, Jaworski Magic.
it's about time.
Yes.
Number 7 will go down in the history books as the number of the living legend, the Big J, Sonny Jaworski. And PBA is heavily carried by his shoulders in terms of popularity, especially yung Ginebra.
How about you, Alex?
Long time coming, much deserved Lifetime Achievement Award. Congrats po, Big J, Sonny Jaworski. You well deserved and none other than him, di ba?
And for our second hot take, is it fair to have Australia and New Zealand in the FIBA?
Change the name.
Change the name.
Not Asia Cup.
Uso pa ba hashtag ngayon? Baka pwede tayo mag-start
Change the
nung
name.
trending na
Change the name.
Change the name.
Asia Oceania.
And for our last hot take, college basketball update.
Exciting, UAPNC.
Yeah.
A lot of upsets are still to come. Diba? May mga teams pa na hindi pa natatalo, na inaabangan yan. Yung Ateneo, alma mater ko, medyo nakapasok na sa winning column at meron na rin silang napanalo. But not just that, not just UAPNC, got a PBA, MPBL also. They're already about to enter the next phase of their season.
The Greens are still top dogs in both leagues in college. However, this weekend was tainted with blue and red. So it just makes us sports fans really, really excited about what could happen or couldn't happen this season.
And to our sports fans, are you ready to elevate your sports experience? Dive into the world of live sports like never before with Sports Plus PH. Whether you're a diehard fan or simply love the thrill of the game, we've got you covered. Register now at sportsplus.ph. And you can support us by following our social media handles, Sports Plus PH on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Maraming salamat El Banal and Juan Banal for tonight. And to our sports fans, abangan nyo pa ang aming mga episode. Thank you guys. Have a good night everyone and please watch this video. Bye guys.
Everybody knows preparation plus opportunity equals success. I remember going back to my parents and just like crying. I'm like, I don't really want to play anymore. This is not for me. But like my parents, my brother was there, my sister was there. Obviously, I don't want to let them see me cry. Basketball is really life for me. Everything I do since I was young too. Didn't take no vacations. I was just all basketball. I mean, I'm super interested just to ask them, like, what do you want to be? I guess that's something I should do. And I'm gonna keep playing for you guys.
And that is a wrap. My God.